Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are here at the Sanibel Island Writers Conference online. This is our second to last session, and it's one I'm extremely excited about because it features one of my favorite songwriters, a man named Ike Reilly, somebody I approached 7 years ago about coming to this conference, and it's finally happening. It was supposed to happen in 2019, and then we had to cancel. And so finally, it's happening here online, and I'm hoping that next year it'll happen again in person. And I just want to say a little something about why we bring in songwriters. Jenna Blum from A Mighty Blaze was saying earlier that the Sanibel Conference is unique in that we bring in songwriters every year, and we've been doing it since 2005, no, 2007. And the reason is because I think songwriting is as important and as literary a writing form as poetry, as short story writing, as memoir writing, as novel writing. And I think that Ike Reilly is one of the great practitioners of songwriting working today. I think that he has a poet's eye for detail and a novelist's sense of narrative, and he does it with a guitar, with a melody, with a beat. And here in the green room before we came on, he was like, "Songwriting is so easy." It's like he's like, "You just do it." And to someone like me who has absolutely no musical skill whatsoever, to write a song is a magic trick. It's so elusive. And so I'm just very excited to have Ike here. But I do want to mention that we are supporting hurricane aid because of Hurricane Ian. And so I hope that you will consider donating to Eagles in Need from Florida Gulf Coast University. There it is, which will help people, our students, our staff, our faculty who were affected by Hurricane Ian. So if you can donate, please do. Um, I'm just going to read Ike's bio very quickly, and then I'm going to get out of the way so he can play as many songs as possible. Since his explosive major label debut, Salesmen and Racists, Ike Reilly has been creating rebellious punk, folk, country, blues influenced rock and roll records that are poetic and cinematic. Critical praise for his work has been plentiful, and he has garnered a wildly loyal fan base, myself included, from faithful fans in the dirty bars and rock clubs in the middle of nowhere to legendary authors. And one of the authors that is a big fan of Ike's, and he's the person who actually turned me on to Ike's music initially, is our own Steve Almond. And I'm just going to read very quickly Steve's description of Ike. And he says, Ike Reilly sounds like Bob Dylan if Dylan had been Irish instead of Jewish and never left the Midwest and grown up listening to The Clash rather than Woody Guthrie. He sounds like Lou Reed and Gil Scott-Heron fucking each other and then fucking the Pogues. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ike Reilly. Thanks so much, Ike. I really appreciate you participating in this, and I cannot wait till we're hanging in person next year.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This is a song called Been Let Down. I'll talk about, one thing Tom wanted me to talk about was keys. I'm going to start right away. I play with my guitar tuned down a full step, and then I capo it, so it's hard for anybody to ever play with me. That's so no jackass can, come up and say, I want to jam with you. All right. Hey, crooked love, you just take what you want. Yeah, you track me down into the same old haunts. Oh, it's time to go missing, or maybe take it underground. Yeah, I hear it gets easy since you've been let down. Well, the queen's been humbled by that crooked love. Still, she wanna have a meeting at the altar of some mangled love song up on the high side of town. Yeah, I hear it gets easy since you've been let down. Traveled, not too well read. I've taken about half of everything that's been said. Singing covers as a penance in some abandoned lounge. Yeah, I hear it gets easy since you've been let down, since you've been let down, since you've been let down. I see all your dreams through the mirrors and the smoke, through the parlor tricks. I see half of your hopes. If you wanna keep them, you gotta scrape and you gotta scrounge. Yeah, I hear it gets easy since you've been let down, since you've been let down, since you've been let down. Tell your mama and your papa, tell your cousins too, tell your mother's little brother, that little boo-hoo-hoo. Oh, scream it in the ether, spread that lit all over town. Yeah, I hear it gets easy since you've been let down, since you've been let down, since you've been let down, since you've been let down. Crooked love, you just take what you want. Yeah, you track me down unto the same old haunts. Oh, it's time to go missing, or maybe take it underground. Yeah, here it gets easy since you've been let down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope I'm still coming at you live. Sometimes when you're working on songs, you know, your imagination leaves you, and when that happens, you know, I personally I steal from people that are in my circle, or I eavesdrop, in bars and restaurants and at the Department of Motor Vehicles or wherever I am. And I was eavesdropping at the supermarket in this town I live in. I'm in Libertyville, Illinois. I've been here my whole life. It's about 40 miles north of Chicago. Its claim to fame is Marlon Brando went to high school here. Tom Morello's from here. Adlai Stevenson is from here. Its economy was driven by a noodle factory and a tractor plant until the pharmaceutical companies came in and made it a drug town. It's become somewhat affluent. I've avoided that affluence, not by choice. In any case, I heard a woman complaining about the Black Lives Matter movement, and I created a mythical or a fantastical relationship. Although I'm happily married, I made this character in the song the ex-lover of a racist chick. It's called Laura. I like to house any songs that are anti-Christian and pro-humanity in the housing of country music, just in case you get that one fan that really likes country music and then they hear a lyric that makes their head blow up. What once was whispered, I heard now said out loud from upstanding members of the local congregation. Laura, she's a Christian. She's white and now she's proud. She used to be my gorgeous fascination. But she looks different now, she's angry. Not so charming and so much sadder. What's the difference, Laura? Why you gotta be so mad somebody else matters? She drove by the job site on the back of a motorbike with a man that looked just like the state of Florida. All my friends at work, they'd say, come on, tell me what she's like. You used to know her, I just said, well, sorta. But she looks different now, she's angry. Not so charming and so much sadder. What's the difference, Laura? Why you gotta be so mad somebody else matters? Just last Saturday morning, I saw a bus in the parking lot of a church, and white people with signs were lined up and boarding. She spied at me and she said, "You look afraid, don't tell me that you're not." I said I was afraid I might still find you somewhat gorgeous, yeah. But you look different now, you're angry. Not so charming and so much sadder. What's the difference, Laura? Why you gotta be so mad? Somebody else matters. Ooh. All right, that was Laura. I usually play with a fantastic band called the IRA, the Ike Reilly Assassination, and I don't really have to play the guitar that much. Perhaps some of you at home are saying, that guy can't play the guitar so well. Well, you'd be right, but it's nice that I don't have to hear you say it. Yeah, that song's called Laura, and it's on a record that came out last year. My children also now tour with me. I got 3 of my boys are singers and songwriters, and since the pandemic, they've joined me, and it's been kind of weird combining your children with your running mates, but you know, it's kind of a dysfunctional, multi-generational mess that we bring around, and people seem to enjoy it. Again, you know, there are songs, you know, where maybe you're trying to convey something you feel, or you're trying to tell a historical, you know, put your own spin on an historical event, or sometimes you just, you know, a memory or a place will be the catalyst for a song. Just south of here, when I was a kid, there were these giant Nike missile sites. They're underground. It was where they housed the nuclear weapons. And when I was a kid, I would try to lure my girlfriend, who's now my wife, down there with me, you know, to smoke dope and drink wine. So I got a little song called Missile Site that, you know, that's the catalyst for the song. I've changed some of the events. It's not really a story. It's kind of an impressionistic take on the destruction of America, which I guess all my songs are. Knocked upon my door, wanna shake me down, get me to pay him more. I shot him twice and fed him to the poor, hoping I'd shine again in your eyes. Well, what's done is done, would you forgive my sin? I didn't know he was your distant kin. Some you lose and some you win, but I would still like to see you again. Why don't you meet me out at the missile site? Let's have one more lusty night. I'll bring the harp and you bring the pipe. I'll blow 'em for you, honey, anytime. Oh, remember how we killed all night out in the dark? shed out of our clothes right down to our hearts. And you say, shame me, baby, kiss my innocence. They torch the future and scorch the past. The now is now and the now won't last. The dice been shaved, the die's been cast. I can't look forward, come on, let's go back, go back, go back. Why don't you meet me out at the missile site? Let's have one more lusty night. I'll bring the harp and you bring the pipe. I'll blow 'em for you, honey, anytime. Oh, remember how we killed all night down near the docks, watching the payload pass through in the locks, drying our clothes off in the morning on the rocks. And you'd say, shame me, baby, kiss my innocence. Something about you, honey, you don't age, you don't cry, and you don't change. Your eyes burn through me and your legs look good. You must be bathing in virgin's blood. Sometimes I get a crippling pain. I wanna lay my head down in the passing lane. I'd slip my wrists and I'd change my name if I don't get to be with you again, yeah. Why don't you meet me out at the missile site? Let's have one more lusty night. I'll bring the harp and you bring the pipe. I'll blow for you, honey, anytime. I'll remember how we killed all night out in the dark, shed out of our clothes right down to our hearts. I rip my lips up blowing you the harp. And you say, shame me, baby, kiss my innocence. All right. You can write a song, with one or two chords, 3 chords. I just wrote a song with 2 chords and still fucked it up. So, the chords go in specific places, and sometimes they don't fall into the right place. I was on tour with a band that I like, some friends of mine, a band called Cracker. Maybe you know them. I bet you do. They had a bunch of hits. One was called Low. One was called Teen Angst. They had a lot of hits. In any case, they're somewhat responsible for me being plucked from obscurity, and I wouldn't say I plucked from it, but I got pulled to the right to the edge of it. They do a music festival in the high desert out near Joshua Tree in a place called Pioneer Town that I believe was Roy Rogers or Gene Autry's movie set for westerns back in the day. And I had played out there, and I was working my way back to Chicago. There's a military base out there called 29 Palms, and I was sitting on the side of the road waiting for some kind of a ride, because I assumed Cracker was so cheap they didn't get me any car to get from the desert to Palm Springs to an airport. In any case, as these truckloads of young soldiers were being shipped out, I was just thinking about, the difference between patriotism and, you know, having no option if you're poor, you know, and that's how a lot of people get into the service. This is called Broken Parakeet Blues. East of the village and west of the trees, up on the high ground where the soldiers would stand, cooling themselves in the sulphurous breeze, it seemed like something to lose. The houses are filled with flattering hosts in tight shirts with compliments for soldiers and ghosts. Up on the high ground blowing their loads for the cowgirls left back home. How can you say there's nothing to lose, singing your broken parakeet blues on the side of the highway, lighting the fuse, singing those broken parakeet blues? Yeah, up on the highway near 29 Palms, I saw busloads of soldiers rolling along, and people like crows on the side of the road, waving goodbye to their lovers and sons. The soldiers were boys, there were brown ones and fat ones, white ones and cruel ones, and camouflage black ones, sweet ones and cruel ones. But I didn't see anybody I thought that had money like me. Some were sleeping, some dreaming, some quietly weeping. Out of 29 Palms, the buses kept creeping right through the desert and out to the shore. 29 Palms won't see them no more. How can you say there's nothing to lose, singing your broken parakeet blues on the side of the highway, lighting the fuse and singing your broken parakeet blues? How can you just wave farewell to them, knowing what you know and where you have been on the side of the highway, lighting the fuse and singing your broken parakeet blues? How can you say there's nothing to lose? East of the village and west of the trees, up on the high ground where the soldiers would stand, cooling themselves in the sulphurous breeze, we all crowed those parakeet blues. All right, the Broken Parakeet Blues, dedicated to all the soldiers that went in backwards. Let me check the time because I don't really have any communication with anybody. Looks like I got about 15 more minutes to punish you. Let me think what I'll do here. What would be a good song for you to... I'll do a silly song. I got picked up, and you know, Tom, in his introduction, I heard him say, he used the term craft. I do this a lot, and if you're interested in doing it, you know, I say the only reason you do it is that it's cathartic. You know, a craft is kind of a classy way of calling a guy that can't hold a job down, that does something regularly. That's a craft. But I do it a lot, with varying degrees of success. Some songs are silly. Some songs, you know, come from places you don't know. Some help you, you know, get through the inexplicable, death, the randomness of, you know, what happens while we're alive, and some are celebrations and show gratitude. Some are mean-spirited, some are full of love. This song is really none of those things. I got picked up the first time I went to California, and I don't play this song much, but, you know, if I'm in a jam, I like to play it, and I believe that I'm in a jam right now as I'm sitting in a studio in Libertyville, Illinois, speaking into a camera, and I'm not really sure there's anybody out there, but soupy sales. My buddy picked me up in a Chevy Nova, and he had the Communist Manifesto on the front seat of his car. And it's funny, you know, I wrote this song probably in 30 minutes, and it was a song that record executives were drawn to. That either means it's a really shitty song or I fooled them. It's called Commie Drives a Nova. I like the curves of my communist. I love the words of my communist. I kiss the lips of my communist, grab the hips of my communist, meet the stars, drink in the bars, and I ride in her car. She got a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. Here comes my commie with a millionaire, with strap-on hunger and a feed bag. Grinning ear to ear cause she commandeered a cocktail weenie at the protest. Drink to the party, drink to the host. Fuck this party, let's hit the coast. Drive your Nova like it's stolen. Go, commie, go. She got a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. I was a worker and she was a commie. I had a job and she had fatigues. Khaki, cami, fashion, empire, she fills them out. I aim to please. I never seen nothing, baby, better than a commie in a Nova with the panties in a pocket for the ride. Heavy and sweet and I dig in my heels. I lay it on the line for the party tonight. I like the clothes of my communist. I smoke the dope of my communist. Pin my hopes on the communist. I love the homes of my communist. Meet the stars, drink in the bars, and I ride in her car. She got a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. She went from featherweight to flyweight to bantamweight to lightweight to phantomweight to welterweight to helter-skelter middleweight to cruiserweight, bruiserweight. Use that weight to get it on. Featherweight to flyweight to bantamweight to lightweight to phantomweight to welterweight to helter-skelter middleweight to cruiserweight. they make a whole bunch of noise. But they're all either coked up, strung out, or drunk right now in their hovels across the Midwest. I hope they're not watching. Commie drives a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. She got a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. She got a Nova. Commie drives a Nova. She's getting heavy. All right, Commie drives a Nova. I guess that was a story. I didn't realize it was a story until I started. You know, you forget what the songs are about sometimes. I should have told you earlier, these harmonicas have been in a suitcase since we toured last, so I think I sucked a spider down about 3 songs ago. I'll deal with him later. I got a song here I wrote as an apology to one of my kids, and you know, I was impatient, you know, when I was a young father, and everything that, you know, infuriated me as a kid, I found myself doing to one of my sons, you know, kind of a dream smasher, doubter, and I'm happy to say I was dead wrong. Any kind of insecurities I felt about him were really, you know, it's my shit. I wrote the song and I played it for him as an apology, and he was grateful. He said, "That really is a great song, thank you, but you're still kind of an asshole." You know, I think he was 7 when he said that. Now he's now plays with me. We never had any big schism. I just knew that you know, I was repeating the same mistakes. So I always say this is I always dedicate this song to anyone that's been put down or painted into a corner, told they couldn't do something by parents, brothers, sisters, uncles, priests, cops, coaches, you know, anybody. I haven't played it in a while. I hope it's up to snuff. It's called Born on Fire. You came into the world the day that all the kings died. I felt the heat in your heart, saw the flames in your eyes. For 3 days and 3 nights, you didn't sleep or even tire. Yeah, you're gonna burn bright, 'cause you were born on fire. Now don't let nobody try to dampen your flame, try to cool you down, try to make you change, try to steal your heat or mock your desire. Take your flames to the street, 'cause you were born on fire. Saw you playing in the ozone, juggling your time bombs, skipping through the landmines, laid to cut you down, laid to cut you down, laid to cut you down. Well, I seen you bleed, and I seen you bruise, and I've seen you rage, and I've seen you brood. But that don't break my heart like when you look me in the eye. You ask me questions like where we go when we die, and who you gonna love, and how you gonna live, and will you be a poor one, or will I leave you rich? I can't leave you no money, I can't leave you no land, I can't leave you no faith. I lost a little I had, but I can leave you this truth. Hold on to hope and desire, and take your flames to the street, 'cause you were born on fire. You change, try to steal your heat, or mock your desire. Take your flames to the street, 'cause you were born on fire. Take your flames to the street, 'cause you were born on fire. Take your flames to the street, 'cause we're all born on fire. All right, let me check the time. I think it's just about over. Oh, I'm right over here. Yeah, I got 2 minutes. I can't tell what the moderator's doing. I can't hear. I could, I don't know if I got a 1 minute song, but I could play out, or let me see if Tom's on here. I'll plug in these things real quick. Bear with me. I apologize for the half-ass production. That's my fault. Anybody out there?
Keep going.
Keep.
Can you do one more?
Yeah, we can renegotiate later.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Anything you wanted to hear, Tom, that I might know?
Oh my God, I've got a stack of CDs here of your stuff, man. I was thinking.
This ought to be. I might not know it right now.
I don't want what you got going on.
All right, I'll try it. After I'm done with this, should I? What's the plan?
Just say goodbye, and I think Jenna will come on and either gong you out, or I'll come back on and we'll say goodbye.
All right. Well. Okay. Cool.
Thanks, man.
I'll see it. You bet. Hold on, you guys. I'm getting there. I would not have expected this request, but I'm glad because it name checks Jerry Lee Lewis, who was a horrible human being apparently, but he could rock, you know. I don't know if he was a horrible human being, but I only recently found out. Well, I knew, I just was in denial. A beautiful girl once said to me, some men will rob you with poetry. Stay to watch you while you sleep, kiss your ears and make you weep. She's all whacked out, she don't back down. I threw my back out, wagging that ass now. Talk about a love that don't make a sound. Think about a lie that'll really get around. Juice and Zoloft, booze and Prozac, Vicodin and Heineken and Wild House Rose. Cars and girls and drinks and songs, leave that shit in the middle of the road. What about love and what about trust? What do you know about my love? Stood among the millionaires, invisible with conventionaires. The gay young rich with the messy hair, shop at deals with cappuccinos and make my dreams of El Caminos real and Chevelle's appealing. Chuck Berry Cadillac, Ludacris Cadillac, Jerry Lee Lewis with his balls on fire in the back of a Rocket 88 with an out-of-state plate and an underage date. Cars and girls and drinks and songs, leave that shit in the middle of the road. What about love and what about trust? What do you know about my love? I know you can't love the enemies of all the things you trust, and I don't want what you got going on, going on. And when you see it coming, you will know for sure. I don't want what you got. I don't want what you got. I don't want what you got going on. Some easy listen, hair dyed, songwriting, fraud, Hollywood, eating money, making, I'm eating bacon with a baggie in my pocket and my lover in a locket. A life that I mock till the day that I drop. Till my sharks bite them out, till I'm found out as a fraud and a faker and a liar and a lout, a striver and a seeker that's always in doubt. I've been thinking about a lie that'll really get around now. Really get around now. Really get around now. Really get around now. Cars and girls and drinks and songs, leave that shit in the middle of the road. Cars and girls and drinks and songs, make this world spin around. Cars and girls and things and songs, think about a lie that'll really get around now. Cars and girls and drinks and songs, make this world spin around. But what about love and what about trust? 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 I know you can't love the enemies of all the things you trust, and I don't want what you got going on, going on. And when you see it coming, you will know for sure. I don't want what you got. 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 I don't want what you got going on. All right, thank you. Please donate to the fund to help these folks. And, 'I'll see you down the road somewhere.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ike. I know, I don't know if you can see the comments, but you can go back and look at them. You blew everybody away. We had such a great time. It was a wonderful performance, man. Thank you so much.